Seen him at third base. He was hoping to be back at third actually during this series, but with the developments of Eric Wedge, he'll stay on the bench as Robbie's bench coach. But eventually, he said as soon as Eric gets back, he wants to get back on the field.
Yeah, he's chomping at the bit to be sure, and we're glad to have Datsy back in action with the ball club. Let's get more with Jen Mueller.
You touched on the relationship that Robbie Thompson has had with Eric Wedge, and today when Robbie was asked how his managerial style would differ from Eric Wedge, he said, you know what, I don't think it will at all. So the Mariners won't skip a beat in that regard, but there is still no replacing the skipper who should be in the dugout.
I just think we just take it day by day. I think that's what he would want, us to continue to focus on baseball. Starting a new streak, I think that's going to be huge for us, getting back going. So I think he wouldn't want anything less, and I think we shouldn't expect anything less.
Of course, it's definitely different without Wedgie here. I mean, he's been a great deal of this organization the last 3 years he's been here, and in the clubhouse he's very well respected. So it's one of those things where he's got to take care of himself right now, and we wish him and Kate and their family the best. And Robbie's been by Wedgie's side for a while now. I think he knows what to expect. He's been around a long time, and baseball-wise, we're just going to go out there and keep playing like we have been.
Yesterday's shock and concern has given way to relief that Eric Wedge is resting comfortably at home and no doubt keeping tabs on the team. You know what? I'm sure that he wishes that he was out here soaking up the sun with all of the fans out there in the pen. It is a great night for baseball. Hisashi Iwakuma on the mound tonight for Game 1 of 4 between the Mariners and the
question, and you reply, and you can win a prize. So the first question on tonight's Twitter trivia, which Mariners player, that's important, will get his first hit for your chance to win a signed Raul Ibanez baseball? It's that easy. Who's going to get the first hit? Follow us on Twitter at RootsSports_NW to answer. Stay tuned to our Twitter feed during the game for more questions and more opportunities to win. So just don't guess a pitcher. That's my only bit of advice. But I love this, Brad and Bill. You really don't have to have any outside knowledge. Just who's in the lineup tonight, and you could win.
I'm going right off the top. Brad Miller, the namesake. Love it. Right? Safe and easy?
That's a good bet.
All right, that's right. Thank you very much. That's Brad, Adam, Bill Kruger out here in the pen, getting you set. First pitch on the way. How about starting pitchers? A couple of righties. Kevin Correa, 7-6. That leads the Twins with 7 wins. He's never beaten the Mariners, though. And Akuma at 9-4. But even better numbers, Bill, against these Minnesota Twins.
They're really unbelievable. In 3 turns, he's 3-0. He's yet to give up an earned run over almost 21 innings pitched. Beat him twice last year. Beat him back on the 31st of May. He's an all-star, folks. This guy is not a novelty anymore. He is the real deal. Had a rocky patch of 5 starts where his ERA zoomed up to 6.8 and came out of the world of unbelievable to believable, and his last 2 turns, rock solid. L.A. and Houston, 7 innings apiece.
Back on point. He's 2-0 those last 2 turns, up to 9-4. We told you earlier about the stitch and pitch. Ladies, they are here. They're not waiting for first pitch. They are on the way. They're getting after it up there. Enjoy that. Go check them out if you'd like to. We got first pitch lineups. Dave and Mike coming back. Mariners baseball here on Root Sports.
Weekend is upon us, and we're blessed again with spectacular weather as the big mountain, Mount Rainier, came out to play today. We bring you to a corner of Edgar and Dave Safeco Field tonight. Major League Baseball. It's going to be the Mariners taking on the Minnesota Twins in town for 4 games. Good to have them here as the Mariners lost 2 out of 3 to them back in May, late May, early June. See if they can turn it around here today. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, and the Root Sports crew on hand. Masashi Iwakuma has been outstanding in his 3 priors against the Minnesota Twins. He's yet to give up an earned run. Brian Dozier will lead it off. And lays down a bunt. Iwakuma takes his time, throws him out.
Always nice to get an easy out. Take a look at the rest of the lineup after Dozier. Hitting second will be Herman. Justin Morneau finally back playing on a daily basis. 269 average, just 7 home runs this year. Then it's Domet, Plouffe, Thomas, Colabello, Hicks, and Florimon, the shortstop, batting ninth. And Iwakuma overall, again, his ERA back under 3. That's where we like to see it. 120 strikeouts for him to just 21 walks. Opponent's average 219.
Second game in a row, and opponent's leadoff man is starting to lay down a bunt. Bourne did it yesterday successfully. Umpires tonight, Ron Culpa's got home plate. Phil Cuzzy at first, Quinn Wolcott at second, and Chris Cuccione at third. There's Chris Herman. Recent call up. Twins come in having taken 2 out of 3 at Anaheim and 2 out of 3 at home against Cleveland.
Iwakuma faced Minnesota in Minnesota. Back at the end of May. That's when he was on a great run. Pitched 7 2/3, 7 hits. Did not give up an earned run in that game.
Fly ball hit deep to left. Going back, Ibanez on the track. 2 outs. 2 outs here in the first, and it's time for the first question in tonight's Twitter trivia tweet. So make sure you tweet us which Mariners player will get the first hit for your chance to win a signed Raul Ibanez baseball. Follow us on Twitter at @RootsSports_NW to answer. Stay tuned to our Twitter feed during the game for more questions and more opportunities for you to win. There's Justin Morneau, one-time MVP and Home Run Derby contest winner. New Westminster, British Columbia. A lot of his fans are down here. His dad entertaining a bunch of folks on the field before the game. Big news: the Twins playing without Joe Mauer. They're all everything catcher. He is back home. His wife gave birth to Emily and Marin, twin baby girls, yesterday. He's expected to be back Saturday. That is a big piece out of the lineup for the Minnesota Twins.
Well, it is. If you look at the Twins overall, 11th in average, 11th in runs scored, 13th in home runs, 12th in slugging, 10th in on-base percentage. They've really struggled at 13th in stolen bases, too. So offensively, they've been challenged this year. You take Mauer's bat out of the lineup, it really hurts.
So Ron Gardenhire there in his 12th year. He's got 6 division titles under his belt. I said, missing Mauer. He said, well, I feel like Barney Fife. I got 1 bullet, and I got to figure out when I got to use it.
That's tough.
Fouled off. Give you an idea of the value of Mr. Mauer. Second in batting average to Miguel Cabrera. Second in doubles, tied for 5th in walks. Second in on base. 5th in road batting average, and 4th in batting average against right-handers. And tied for 9th in multi-hit games.
Taking a bat like that out of any lineup hurts, but especially a lineup that has been challenged like the Twins.
Check swing. Seager surrounds. Fire. Scoop. And beaten out by Morneau. Nice scoop by Smoke over there. Base hit.
I thought Kyle would come up and throw it on the run. Instead, he planted his feet, and you see Morneau. Good scoop by Smoke over there trying to help him out. Take a look at the rest of the T-Mobile defense for the Mariners. Ibanez and left Ackley getting the start in center field, so Saunders moves over to right. And on the infield, Kyle Seager at third. Miller and Franklin are playing up the middle. Smoke, your first baseman, and Mike Zenino will do the catching tonight. But I thought when Kyle fielded that, he would get rid of it on the run, get rid of it quickly. Decided to try to gather his feet, get his feet together, and maybe cost him. There'll be a base hit for Morneau.
Here's Ryan Domet. Back on Saturday, June 1st, 2-run homer. Walked off the Mariners. The Twins rallied to win it 5-4. That was when Tom Wilhelmsen was struggling. Tommy came in, walked 3, gave up a sac fly and a 2-run homer. Domet's a guy that, well, Carl Willis said he's a guy you got to be careful with because he can hit that outside pitch. Hits this one inside. A tough hop for Franklin. And 2 men on the board.
See how they rule it.
That'll be a base hit.
Take another look at Franklin. Gets off the heel of his glove. Then he loses sight of it, can't find it. I think if he finds it right away, he can still make the play, but wasn't able to find out the ball was right next to him. It drops right by his feet. A couple of infield hits for the Twins. Twins defensively, they're ranked 4th. The Mariners 5th in defense. So 2 good defensive clubs.
Third baseman Trevor Plouffe. Fun time talking to Carl Willis, and he said this is a team. First of all, Kuma's a guy that we've seen the last few starts. Remember, he was missing down,
yes,
keeping it down, and after the stretch where he was up,
which is what Eric Wedge wanted.
Yeah. These guys like the ball. They don't mind it down low, so he's got to work up in the zone a little bit higher. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here today.
It will be, but if you go back to when he was on such a great stretch, I made the comment many times when he was pitching that as far as that high fastball, borderline top of the strike zone fastball, which a lot of pitchers usually waste it, and they waste it so high it really doesn't do much for him. But he's really good at that, and if he's on, he should be able to exploit that against the Twins.
And you're talking about making it where it's right at the top. I mean, it could go either way sometimes. So sometimes you get some good chases.
Exactly.
As you do right there, as Plouffe strikes out. 15 pitches for Iwakuma, gives up 2 infield hits. No harm done. Mariners coming to bat. Looking to break an over here on this homestand, and a lot of responses on our Twitter trivia as to who'll get the first base hit. Sure, we'll have lots of winners. Let's see what happens as we take a look at the rest of the Mariner batting order.
Well, Brad Miller, as we know, it's going to be aggressive. He gets the first pitch fastball. I think he swung at every one of them if they're a strike. So I don't know why that would change today. There you go. Nothing else. He's going to get loose on the first pitch of the game.
Exactly right. Get loose. Mentioned trying to break an 0 for 11 on the homestand. He's had 1 walk.
And I think that's the reason why he's missing some fastballs that he was covering, especially when we were in Houston when he was named American League Player of the Week and his first couple of home runs in Houston. And then this homestand, he's been fouling those pitches off. Miss them early, then the pitchers will have a chance to go to work on you, pitching off the plate.
Going against a veteran right-hander, Kevin Correa. Misses.
Correa is not an overpowering pitcher. His fastball will be 90, 91 miles an hour. Slow breaking ball, change up. And he's going to have to pitch on the edges of the plate if he wants to have success.
Runs away. Correa, born and still lives in San Diego. 33 years old in August. Been with the Giants from 03 to 08. San Diego 9-10. Pittsburgh 11-12.
See a little cutter, trying to get a cutter in on the hands of Brad. That was after, looked like a two-seamer, maybe his changeup, but I think it was a two-seam fastball. He tried to sink it off the outside corner and came back in on his hands. It's a good pitch, though.
Making a change on that base hit back in the top of the first, being E4 against Franklin. Here's a 2-2 to Miller. High. Three and two. Diving stop. Nice flip. Good operation. Morneau to Correa. Now we take a look at the rest of the Mariner batting order.
Tonight's starting line is brought to you by Chevron. Behind Miller, it will be Nick Franklin. Then Raul Ibanez. You can see a lot of success against Correa. 500 average, a couple of doubles, a home run, 5 RBIs against Correa. He will be hitting third. Then it's Morales, Seager, Smoke, Saunders, Zenino back in the lineup. He will hit eighth. Ackley also had yesterday off. He is in the lineup today, hitting ninth. For Correa on the year, 116 and 2/3 innings pitched for him. Only 65 strikeouts. Doesn't walk a lot of batters. You can see just 27 walks for him, but he has given up 18 home runs this year.
Nick Franklin. 2 strike. He's got a fan base that's building every day. And best wishes for the skipper, Eric Wedge, folks out there.
Jeff Dat's up there also. I think on the flip side of what we were talking about with Miller and how aggressive he is, especially his first at bat, Nick Franklin's on the other end of it. I think that's why it's such a nice combination, the two of them. Nick typically is his first at bat will take some pitches. He'll pick his spots to swing at a first pitch from time to time, but usually early in the game he will take a strike.
It's got a 1-2 count.
Mariners had a good winning streak snapped yesterday with the loss. They did end up winning the series, though, so they have a chance to start another one here tonight.
Won 3 straight series. Good stuff. Outside, says Ron Culprit. Jay Buhner will join us shortly. Bouncing ball, nice play, smother, and he gets him. That's Brian Dozier. It's a shortstop on his way up to the major leagues. And they got him at second base, and this is a terrific play.
Well, first it was Morneau with the diving play, and now it's Dozier. So Miller and Franklin both robbed of base hits, both of them trying to hit it through the right side of the infield. Full extension on that dive by Dozier. Take a look at our McDonald's Supermo and the play by Dozier. He was able to get up quickly and throw Franklin out. Maybe a little whiplash on that one as he moves his neck around.
Gardenhire really proud of how his ball club has played defense. They've been hanging their hat on that all year. Here's Raul Ibanez. 5 for 10 against Correa with a home run and 5 runs batted in. Two and 0 to Raul. Correa's won double-figure games the last 4 years. High fly ball down the line. It's deep. Will it stay fair? No, sir.
Well back into the seats as we take a look at the defense For the Twins tonight, Thomas in left, Hicks, young center fielder for the Twins, Doman out in right. And on the infield, Blue playing third base, Flormon and Dozier. Dozier already with a fine play at second. Morneau, the first baseman. And Chris Herman will do the catching.
Can't paint it any better than this right now. 83 degrees. Southwest winds at 3. Humidity not a factor. Flags hanging straight down. 2-1 Raul. 3-1. Correa won 12 games at San Diego in 09, 10 the following year. Goes to Pittsburgh in 2011, wins 12, and followed that up with another dozen last year. Raul marks a 2-out walk. Kendrys Morales. RBI leader for the Mariners. He's got 57. He's one ahead of Raul Ibanez.
Yeah, look at the Mariners, and a big part of what their offense has been is taking the walks. 30 walks over their last 6 games. 11 of those walks have scored for them. It's been a big part of their offense. They have made starting pitchers work hard, throwing a lot of pitches to try to get through 5, maybe 6 innings.
Slicing drive left field coming on is Clete Thomas, the former Tiger, puts it away, and that'll do it for the Mariners. Second inning coming up here at Safeco Field on a beautiful Thursday night. Live charity affair here at the ballpark. The sun chase to your right, and some of the good folks there joining in. And joining in right now, the Bone. Tell them the Bone sent you.
What's up, boys?
Good to see you, man.
Michael, how are you, bud?
Catch any fish?
Caught lots of fish, bud. Montana was good to me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Filled up that truck?
You know, no, catch and release, but we tugged on some lips.
What kind of?
We tugged on some lips. There's no doubt about it. We were officially ripping lips, is what we were doing, and it was a good time.
Well, good to have you back.
I don't keep count though. You know, it's not a peck. It's not a pecking order. Come on, no. Just take a few pictures, you know.
All right.
Well, while you were gone, I don't know if you noticed, but the Mariners are playing some pretty good baseball.
Man, and I've been keeping up. That MLB app is pretty awesome. So you get a chance to tune in a little bit. We're out in the middle of God's country and nowhere in Montana. You're still able to tune in and see some games, and it's been really fun to watch. And what's really fun to watch is these young kids. I mean, they're really exciting and fun to watch and consistent, and they all play with a chip on their shoulder and just, you know, they're making the right plays.
And I've made the comment, sometimes the young guys need a little energy, switch things up a little bit, and I think they've provided a lot of that. And I think Brad Miller, the shortstop, leading off now, has done an excellent job leading off for him. But I think just his aggressive nature has certainly helped.
Get the rabbits on base and watch them score, right? Man, you get a little more opportunity to manufacture some runs, open up some holes. You got a guy like Raul that's hot like he is, and Morales, and so there's some damage right there. But you know what's fun to watch is that they're not playing with the deer in the headlight. I mean, they're having a good time. I mean, earlier today you're watching before every game they do the little intro and they're all going through each little deal.
Wasn't that great?
I mean, it's so awesome to watch. What's great too is the skip Eric Wedge is allowing them to be themselves and have fun. You know, when you win ball games, that loosens things up a little bit. As long as you continue to do the little things, go out and play and make the plays and win some ball games, he's kind of loosening the reins a little bit and allowing them to do that. It's fun to watch because after all, when it's all said and done, it is a game. And you know, Michael, it's a grind when you play 162 and 185 days. So it's good to see.
Late charge by Franklin. Nice play. One out. Yeah, when they do the intros, we had that on in the open yesterday. Cool. We were cracking up. That was very cool.
Everybody has their own little skit they do, so it's pretty funny. That's the first time I saw it.
Hitty, when you look at Raul, you were here last time. He was on, nice little run there. Still is. What jumps out at you about what he's doing?
I think it's just his consistency, and not only that, is a lot of things a lot of people don't see is what he's doing behind the scenes. Watch his pregame, what he's doing in the training room. He goes through a routine of where he gets himself loose. He does a lot of MAT, which is muscle activation stuff. For those of you out there who don't know what that stands for, he's always working. He's always, studying the game. He keeps himself in great shape, and I think he's still got tons of gas left in the tank. I don't think this is going to be his last year by any means. I don't know why anybody was even remotely talking about that. I think that got shut up pretty quick. I think the beginning of the year was a little bit of a struggle, and everybody was kind of oohing and ahhing. But you throw up 24, almost 25, and that kind of kiboshes that, doesn't it?
I think the thing with it that you said there more than anything, Jay, is just the consistency of his day-to-day work. If you come out and you watch him take batting practice, and if you were watching him take it in mid-May, it hasn't changed today. It looks and sounds the same every day. In fact, I was talking to Eric Wedge about it in the last homestand, and that was something that Eric was talking about. He was hoping that the younger guys, the guys that you were talking about, pay attention to things like that and just the consistency, and that's the reason why. It's not an accident.
Right. Columbalo gets hit on an 0-2 pitch.
You're right, Michael. I mean, he keeps his nose in there. He knows when he squares a ball up, he doesn't have to look up to see it went out of the ballpark and watch it go out. He's got a routine. He's, maybe the first round he's going left field, then the next round he's going left center, right center, and then he gets squishy on the next round where he's trying to juice a few balls, but then he always ends up staying hard in the middle and back the other way. And he's just consistent. I mean, you're right. He's got that sound when the ball comes off his bat. It's just a different sound. I mean, it's the type of sound that when you're out during BP and we go out and watch BP, both teams, just kind of get an idea, see what's going on, because both teams have a lot of good young talent. And in some of these kids, as soon as you hear that, you're kind of like, ooh, you pay a little more attention. Kind of draws your head around, snap your neck real quick to see who's this kid.
Here's a bright talent right here. Aaron Hicks hitting just a .99. He does lead the American League in outfield assists with 9. And he is easily their #1 prospect. They project good things for him. He is a switch hitter. He's got 8 home runs, 25 runs batted in. Seeing him on late night highlights. He made some great catches. Franklin taking himself.
Wow, he's down there. See those strides?
Yeah. We'll take a look at it. Nick, with a strong arm, I think most runners he would have been able to throw them out, but the speed of Hicks keeps the Twins out of the double play. It's a good look for our McDonald Supermos. He just beats it.
Mike, how we're always talking about and keeping track of some of the fastest guys, put him in that group now.
Yeah, we have to put him on the list.
I think next time, too, he'll give it up right there, so he got a little more chance of turning the double play instead of taking it himself. I think he just found out how fast Mr. Hicks is.
Well, that's part of it, too, that is amazing with the young guys. Is those are things those are little detailed things that make a difference, and as they continue to play and move on, and he'll know that.
I guarantee you next time he will not forget that.
That's right.
Ground ball. And Miller just got an education on that speed, too.
So now they both know.
They both have a real good idea how fast Aaron Hicks is. Coming up, Kyle Seager, Justin Smoke, and Michael Saunders in the Mariners home second. Mariners baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Puget Sound Acura dealers. Visit your Puget Sound Acura dealer to test drive the extremely new MDX. This early start to your weekend is Thursday night. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Jay Buhner joining us here tonight. Dave Valley will be in tomorrow. And now for the Mariners, it'll be Kyle Seager. Team's leading hitter at 289. That's strike one. Seager 4 for 10 on the homestand. Yesterday's game getting out of hand. He actually had a chance to sit down. Got him out of the game. 0-2. Cleveland Indians running roughshod over the Mariners yesterday. Play Seager straight away in the outfield. One and two.
Well, sometimes you're going to have a couple blowouts and just tip your hat and come back.
That's basically what Robbie Thompson, who's running the club while Eric is on the mend. Robbie running the club last night. That's basically what he said.
Drive deep to right center field. Hicks not going to get this one. It's off the wall. Seager digging for second. Oh. Wow, he just got in there.
All the way in the air.
You were talking about him leading an assist with 9. He almost had his 10th. That is a strong throwing arm.
I think he handcuffed the infielders right there. They're like, man, that got in too quick. That's a little cannon.
26 double.
We'll take a look at it. Yeah, Kyle's been hot. You take a look at this breaking ball that he drives into the gap. It's well played. And take a look at this all the way in the air. And Florimon never able to get to it, but that'll be a double for Kyle.
Kyle hurt his right hand coming in for that landing.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get him out of the lineup.
That's something you have to love. Dave was just mentioning yesterday in the game. I think it was the 7th inning. Robbie took him out of the game. But he shows up to play every day.
And he wants to play every day. Yeah. He's a grunt. That's what I love about him so much. And he works on every aspect of his game.
Well, really, when you have a young player that comes up, Jay, and you have success like Kyle did last year, leading the club in home runs and RBIs, you know, you look at him and what's he going to do to improve? And I said last year that the one thing that I would see him improving is his average. He's a much better hitter than 259, which is what he hit last year. And he's on pace to have better numbers this year. And that's the kind of growth that you like to see from the young players. Build on what the successes that you've already had.
I think he got tired. There's no doubt about it towards the end of the year, and that's why his average dipped a little bit. But I think now he knows how to pace himself a little bit. And let's be honest. I mean, you want to come out of the gates hot, but
hey, base hit for Smoke. Seager gets a stop sign. There's something you've been talking about, Mike. Those base hits are starting to add up for Mr. Smoke.
Well, they are. Justin's been swinging the bat well. He was swinging the bat well before we went to the break and continues. But I like the fact that he's up there trying to do the right thing. Find a ball you can pull so that if you make it out, it's a productive out. You move Kyle Seager up to third, but he gets benefited with a base hit on this one. He's able to hit it through the hole on the right side. And now the Mariners have a real nice inning started here, first and third, and nobody out.
Plus, he's hunting that fastball.
That's what he's been doing,
Hunt
Jay.
That thing, man.
That's right.
That's one thing you can control right there is that fastball.
Got our first Twitter trivia winner, Sam Varan. And he guessed that it was going to be Kyle Seager with the first base hit. And he gets himself a Raul Ibanez autographed baseball. Mariners threatening here with nobody out. Here's Michael Saunders. I have Saunders bet that fly ball yesterday, Mike. I said it looked like a paranormal guy. He said I had it all the way. What are you going to do? I said that's what we wanted to find out because it was a routine fly ball, and he said it had all kinds of slicing and it knuckled and it fell right in front of him.
I thought it was strange, Jay, because most of the time when you see a ball come out to you in the outfield and it's knuckling, it's on more of a line. Right. This ball was in the air. There was plenty of air in it, and it looked like Michael was standing under it. And in fact, the hitter even stopped running because it looked like it was going to be a routine play, and then all of a sudden the ball just stopped and went straight to his right on him. It was one of the strangest things I've seen. And Michael, he hadn't made an error all year. That was his first error of the summer.
Never saw anything like it.
No. Have you ever seen anything like that on a fly ball?
No, not when it seems like the bottom drops out of it.
I mean,
like it fell off of the end of the table and just you got it. Next thing you know it. Something, the wind, whatever it is, the way it's knuckling, hits those seams, and then just bam, last second just drops on you like that. Those are hard as an outfielder, trying to sit low and stay with the ball. That's the toughest one.
Seager has to hold at third. Smoke advances to second.
It's all right. Nobody got hurt there.
Well, as you know, we have one of the best seats in the house. And when we were watching the fly ball, because it was straight away center field, and you could see it from our vantage point going to our right as it was coming down. It just stopped out there and went straight to the right on Michael. And I hadn't seen anything like that on a fly ball.
And nobody wants to make an error, right?
No.
And nobody, but at the same time, too, sometimes it's better to concede and give it up and keep it in front of you and keep it to a single instead of all of a sudden having the ball. You get over aggressive. You come in next to the balls, goes over your head, sails. Now you got a guy definitely in scoring position. So
Zenino's got two. Base hit. There's Seager. He's going to score, and Smoke will advance. So 1 out, a run in. Mariners take the lead 1-0. Mike Zenino, 10th RBI. Didn't waste any time.
No, this is something we've seen in his last couple of starts, being much more aggressive early in the count. And he's having success doing it. The other night when he had to start, he hit a double on a first pitch and then hit a home run to give the Mariners the lead, which they eventually won that game. But Michael, I think, probably getting more and more comfortable with his duties behind the plate, to where he's concentrating more on his offense, and we're seeing him being much more aggressive. Jay, you're talking about hunting the fastball. He definitely has been doing that early in counts lately.
Well, that's good to see.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you can control, is that fastball. Nobody likes hitting that split or that slider.
1-1 to Ackley.
Good pitcher's pitch. Tip your hat right there.
Dustin 1 for 6 in a homestand. Bouncing ball gets through. That'll pick up an RBI. Smoke scores. Digging for third is Zenino. Throws cut off. 2-0 Mariners. Ackley with his 16th RBI.
That's winning baseball right there. Going first to third. Michael, getting yourself in scoring position again.
Do it all day, right? You get the right side of the infield open, some holes over there. Mariners taking advantage of it. You take a look at the swing by Dustin. His pitch is down and away from him, but he hooks it over into the hole, picks up a base hit. Zenino, another one of the qualities he has. He's a good athlete, so he can run, is able to make it over to third.
Good to see some boys in the 8 and 9 holes checking in here.
I like the fact that they're hunting that fastball in Korea. That's the one thing that's been his nemesis, has been giving up the long ball.
18 of them this year.
Yeah, so, and they got him, for 3 last time they faced him.
Yep.
So they're up there hunting that fastball. I know, kind of walked by the hitters meeting, and that's the one thing they said. Hey, hunt that fastball. He likes to throw the fastball up, try to work the ladder.
Double and 3 singles this inning for the 5 men to the plate. That's base knocks here for the Mariners as we get back to the top of the order, and Brad Miller.
Yeah, 3 for 4 with runners in scoring position. It's good to see. I like the fact they come out and score early tonight too, after losing yesterday, breaking the streak. They've really been on a good run. And they come right back and score early in this one.
Take the
Put
pressure
that
off
behind
your starter.
Yep.
And with the Iwakuma out there, I mean, I think it's no fluke anymore. He's a bona fide number 2 now.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He's this guy, we found him somewhere, or he's been in the bullpen, or blah, blah, blah. He's made an all-star game now. I think it's safe to say he's legit. And 2 runs might be, knock on wood, all he needs.
Well, let's get him another one right here, Jay.
Oh, let's get him 3.
1-0. Miller drives one. Hicks can really run. It gets over his head.
Get down.
Scoring is Zenino. And in with an RBI double, Brad Miller. Ackley down to third. 3 straight RBIs by the Mariners. A 3-0 lead with 1 out here in the second. Brad Miller's 6th double.
And they haven't been cheap.
No, he stinks this one. This is a line drive. We saw Hicks and his ability to run. He wasn't able to get back in time to catch this line drive off the bat of Brad Miller. Brad Miller, last week's American League Player of the Week. struggled a little bit here on the homestand, but this will make him feel better about things with that double driving in a run.
It's 15th RBI. Miller ends in 0 for 13.
They are not coming off that fastball, man. I love it.
I like in these situations too, Jay. One of the things that they'd struggle with, runners at third with less than 2 outs, maybe being a little cautious, taking too many pitches, then they're behind the count. They're going up there hacking right now, and we've seen this trend over the last few weeks, trying to get those guys in on the first couple of pitches.
Ripped but foul.
Hey, control what you're able to control. Hit what you're able to hit. Don't hit his pitch. Get up there and hunt that fastball and let it go. Sometimes you got to make a little bit of adjustment. Bait him a little bit, you know. Act like you're off the plate a little bit, but actually be diving, looking at, you know, get out there and hook it a little bit. It's that whole cat and mouse between you and the pitcher. And also sometimes the catcher. Catcher will be looking down, seeing what you might be doing if you're changing where your feet are, you know, during the at-bat. Always love to do that. Try to bait him a little bit. Act like I'm diving out over the plate, but I'm really looking inside.
Two here to Franklin.
Oh.
It's it high and deep.
Go.
Right field. Good carry. Ryan Doman watches it lead. How about Nick Franklin, a 3-run homer? 6-0 Mariners.
There's your 3, bud.
Okay.
You know, Kuma's going to have to go get warmed up, isn't he, real quick?
Nick Franklin with his 8th home run. His RBI total runs to 27.
Hey, is this fun to watch or what?
On an 0-2 pitch.
And this is what we've seen for weeks. This is clearly a mistake by Correa. He wants to get this ball in the dirt, but he hangs it in the middle of the plate. And Nick, we've talked about it. Not a lot of stride there, but the ball jumps off his bat. When he barrels it up, he can hit the ball hard, and that's a hanging breaking ball.
That's what you're supposed to do with him, right?
Homer number 123 for the Mariners. Raul pops one up. Third baseman Plouffe is there. Mariners started today 3rd in the major leagues in home runs, behind only Baltimore and Toronto.
You see this curveball.
Oh, man, it did stay up there, didn't it?
It is a hanger.
Those are the one your eyes just get big because you see it just staying there, rolling up there. Well, like we said, he's gives up the long ball, so.
9th man to the plate, Kendrys Morales. Big 6 up on the board for the Mariners. Four straight hitters with RBIs. Take a look at our Sterling Bank Nobody Works Harder for You coming into today. The Mariners 13-6 record. Only Tampa Bay has a better record. Home runs, slugging, OPS. Great numbers.
And those are major league ranks, not American. Those are major league ranks. They've been doing some damage.
Solid.
Yeah. It's been fun to watch.
Huh?
I know you're having a good time doing your fishing, but Dave and I have been watching a lot of runs being scored by the Mariners, and that's been fun.
I'll tell you what, the fans love the meat and potatoes too, man. They like to see runs.
On 2 strikes here to Morales. 2 outs. 2-2. What a loud inning by the Mariners. A 2-2 count here. See the ball goes foul.
Amazing how the pace of the game all of a sudden slows down, huh? He was grabbing it and going, grabbing it and going. All of a sudden you give up a 6 spot. Now all of a sudden it's like human rain delay. Huh?
Yeah.
That little guy on your shoulder going, don't throw that pitch. Don't throw it.
Well, and as you know, too, along with that, we're talking about the Mariners. One of the things they've been doing is walking a lot, and that's a big reason why they're so aggressive on the fastball, as you were saying, Jay, that it gets these guys. All of a sudden, they're not going to be quite as aggressive. They start nibbling a little bit, and you take advantage of that. That's
I agree. It's awesome, isn't it? Now
big inning here for the Mariners. Seager's on deck looking for his second time up this inning.
Put them on the defense.
That's
yeah,
right.
I like it.
6-run inning. The Mariners twice had 7-run innings, most recently in last week in Houston.
Franklin hit a little grand slam too, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
That's a good place to hit.
3-2. This one popped foul.
Tell you, good crowd too. These guys are exciting. These fans are loving it.
Zenino, Jason Bay enjoying the scenery here tonight. 3-2 to Morales. Staying alive.
Frozen strawberry lemonade.
27 pitches by Correa this inning. This one stung center field, going back. Hicks can't get it. Off the base of the fence. The third double of the inning. And the Mariners have batted around. Here comes Kyle Seager again.
And here comes Ron Gardenhire going to make a pitching change. That's enough for Correa.
Throw in the flag.
You can't hit a ball much harder than this. Lines it to dead center field. We're talking about Hicks, and this is 2 doubles hit over his head. Just doesn't have time to get back there.
He's going to have to change his shoes. Put on the running shoes.
What a great inning for the Mariners. They have a 6-0 lead. Looking for more. Scoring and scoring big here against the Minnesota Twins in the second inning as we move on. They got 6 runs on 7 hits. They got another runner at second base, and Kyle Seager for the second time here in this inning.
You don't want to make the last out this inning.
He doubled to get things started.
With that double, Kyle batting average up to 291 now. On pace to get past his home run mark last year. At 20 home runs last year, his first time through.
I think it's safe to say he'll do that, huh?
Yeah. Ryan Presley takes over. 31 appearances on the year for him, a 3.22 ERA. Opponents average 260 against him. He's only given up 1 home run this year, 30 strikeouts, 18 walks. 18 walks a little bit high.
Boy, as a manager, that's the one thing you don't want to do. Just go to your bullpen already.
Second inning? No way.
Man. I mean, you're doing everything to let that guy get the last out.
Already the 2010 Manager of the Year. It's led Minnesota to 6 division titles. Not going to get number 7 this year. Strike 3 call. 10 men to the plate as Ron Culpa rings up Kyle Seager in the big inning. How about this? All of these hits. 6 runs, 7 hits, and they were loud too. Zenino with an RBI. Ackley checks in. Here's Miller with an RBI and a 3-run homer by Nick Franklin. And then Morales doubles over the head of Aaron Hicks. So a great inning. 6 runs on 7 hits. Big early lead for the Mariners. Third inning, top of the order for the Twins. Brian Dozier shows bunt, tried to bunt his way on, and Iwakuma threw him out to open up the ball game.
Well, Iwakuma has looked sharp so far in this one, but he had to sit in the dugout for a long time, Dave. I always get concerned about that. He's loving the run support, but see how sharp he is here in the next inning, the third inning.
30 minutes for that half inning for the Mariners. 6 runs, 7 hits, 1 left, a homer, 3 doubles, and 3 singles. Last time out for Felix, he had the big run support and had to sit around for a long time. He said he went down and just started throwing against the wall, going down in the tunnel just to try to stay loose.
Jump on a bite.
Yep. 2-1. It's a base hit through the hole. Second Minnesota hit. Bring up Chris Herman. Make sure you plug in with Mariners earbuds to listen to the Mariner broadcast all season long. Tomorrow, 7:10, first 10,000 fans are going to pick up 3 pair of Mariners earbuds thanks to T-Mobile. For tickets, see the Mariners take on the Twins and pick up this great giveaway, which we have in our hand here. Great giveaway, go to mariners.com. Catcher Chris Herman. Joe Mauer expected to be back on Saturday. Joe, the 2009 MVP and 3-time batting champion. So
the twin having twins, huh?
That's
how about
right.
that? Twin girls. It was in the cards, man.
Good luck, too. I think what you get 3 days.
3 days.
So does he get 6?
He should. But he can lobby for it, right?
How's that work?
He can lobby for it. If they expect him back on Saturday, that's a very good point.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to come all the way here by Saturday. Otherwise, they got to do some paperwork, huh?
Right, exactly. It's backhand by Zenino, 2-1. His ability to catch has just been outstanding. How to get out of play. Chris Herman playing in just his 11th game. Been up and down a couple of times. He had a big home run against Jeremy Bunderman back on June 2nd. Swing and a miss. He is gone. Second strikeout for Kuma. One down here in the third.
Well, this looks like a good split. Bottom will fall out of it, out of the strike zone and down. That's his go-to pitch. Looks like he has good command of it tonight. 86 miles an hour on that split. Did you ever have a head injury while you were playing? Miss any time because of it?
Not that I'm aware of. No, I never. Luckily, I've never got hit in the head, so that's.
Seager bobbles.
Come on, oh boy.
A couple of errors for the Mariners. I was just wondering, just because I hadn't either, and just dealing with Justin Morneau, obviously. This year, 7 home runs, hitting .271, which is good, getting his hits, but just the power hasn't been there. Missed most of last year after getting kicked in the head, and just it's been a long time to try to get him back on track again. At one point, one of the big stars in this game, and I'd never had to experience that, and I just was just wondering what maybe some of the things is that he's going through.
No, and now they have a deal for the DL for guys for that specific reason. If you do get hit in the head, they have they have that concussion deal. So that's got to be tough. It's got to be tough because I mean you start getting hit in the head and all of a sudden it starts to mess. You get a little bit of what they call vertigo, you know, in the inner ear, and then the eyes don't want to focus and track, and so you're fighting all these different deals, and it's got to be frustrating because you want to get back out there and do what you love to do, and then all of a sudden have something like that be taken away from you, the game you love so much, and then every time you get up there, you're something's just still not right, you know. I mean, you're still not quite seeing it. It's not still quite crisp. That's got to be frustrating.
Well, I know when we were there, Dave, we watched him last year, I believe it was. We'd watch him come out and he would work out would feel fine. He said, and all of a sudden, he couldn't keep his balance.
They had to shut him down.
And they had to shut him down.
Overexertion or something.
Spring training had some good numbers, but been inconsistent. And it's hard for me to believe, but it's July 7th of 2010. He's going into breakup 2. John McDonald coming across the bag, knee in the head. And man, his world got changed.
Well, you just hope that you know, maybe next year, another full year of just kind of he'll bounce back. And
I mean, we're talking about a guy who's one of the premier hitters in the league.
Power hitters, yeah.
You guys know it's all about your eyes and tracking this game. I mean, you have that split second to make a decision, and now you start getting some marbles in there. That's not easy.
He came up after he got himself established. He was 19, as high as 34 home runs. Seager off his glove on the dive. And they'll hold the runner at third, so the Twins have him loaded up.
Well, this is one of the concerning things that you have when your pitcher sits in the dugout for a half an hour. Yeah, he loves the run support. But after a quick first 2 innings, of course, there's an error in this one, too, along with a couple of base hits. Just wonder how long it's going to take for him to get back on track.
Trevor Plouffe will be the hitter. He struck out on 3 pitches. They are loaded up. You got Morneau at second, Domit at first. You saw Dozier at third. Looking for that pitcher's best friend right now, double play ball. Strike 1 to Plouffe.
He was looking to put 4 on the board real
Yes,
quick
he
there,
was.
wasn't he?
It looked like Iwakuma was just trying to steal a strike throw, flip a little breaking ball up there. Almost didn't come back.
I was watching this kid BP. I like his BP. The ball jumps off his bat.
10 homers, 36 runs batted in. The 0-1 pitch.
So maybe we can jinx him right here.
One out, bases loaded. Iwakuma's ready. Two and one. Harvey Thompson, acting manager with Eric Wedge, recovering from a mild stroke a couple of days ago. Kidwell skip. He's got a whole pile of CDs of Westerns, John Wayne, Clint Eastwood, and like I would bet on him.
What's not to like about John Wayne?
There's no bigger fan than Eric Wedge.
Yeah.
Oh, I know you walk in his office, he's got that big plaque on the wall.
Iwakuma would love a ground ball right at somebody. Get a double play here. Bases loaded, 1 out. 2-2 to Trevor Plouffe. Strike 3 called.
Wow.
What a pitch.
Paint. To argue and get kicked out.
Third strikeout, second this inning for Iwakuma. Coming up tomorrow, CenturyLink link to what's next. Scott Diamond, lefty, takes on the king. Felix Hernandez, American League leader in ERA, having an outstanding year at 11-4.
Already 147 strikeouts for Felix.
Ho hum, right?
Yeah.
Just picks right up where he left off.
Getting run support this year too, boy. It's really been huge. Cleet Thomas.
I love it. As it heats up, he heats up too, doesn't he?
Yes.
Felix leads the American League in innings pitched, third in strikeouts. Tied for fourth in wins. Having a great year.
Love to see him win 20 games. Been very patient trying to get to that number, throwing up some ERA titles and Cy Young Award and all that stuff. So getting him some run support this year has been nice to see.
One. 21 pitches for Iwakuma. He's trying to get out of a big time jam here in the third. Ernest just spent a half hour putting 6 runs on the board via 7 hits. They did it with a homer, 3 doubles, and 3 singles. One. It's the way, so 2 balls, 1 strike. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Here's a big 2-1 pitch. Off that play, 2-2.
That was the pitch you were talking about earlier, Dave. Iwakuma pitching down. Maybe this is a club you want to pitch him up a little bit more, and that was a good fastball at the top of the strike zone.
They're loaded up. Dozier, Morneau, and Doman. Iwakuma now a strike away from getting out of this. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball. Franklin. Iwakuma puts up a big stop sign. Twins load him up, trying to respond to the Mariners' 6th inning, or 6-run second inning. And they get a big 0 for their troubles. Mariners, big offense this evening, early on, 6-0 lead. Mariners all-star Felix Hernandez coming off an outstanding performance in the Midsummer Classic, so make sure to be on hand tomorrow. Welcome them back to the mound against these Twins at 7:10. $35 going to get you right in the heart of the Kings Court, decked out in a Kings Court tee, and you get a K card for tickets. Cheering the Mariners Ace. Log on to Mariners.com/Felix. Jay Buhner in the booth with us. Fresh off a trek to Montana. Where in Montana were you?
I was in the south of Bozeman, a little town called Cameron, right on the Madison River.
Justin Smoke, Michael Saunders, Mike Zenino.
You know that Felix section's getting bigger and bigger.
Isn't it?
And
it's really cool.
It's pretty impressive.
It's very
That's
impressive.
A lot of yellow coming at you.
I'm going to have to dig out some more yellow tomorrow myself. Here's a fly ball. Hit straightaway center and deep, but Hicks is under it for the out.
Another good pass by Smokey.
Yeah, base hit in the second inning. Base hit to right.
Just missed it, Dave. Just missed it.
A homer, 3 doubles, 3 singles by the Mariners. At one point, 4 straight hits. He drove in all the runs. RBI single by Zenino, Ackley an RBI single, ditto Miller, and then a 3-run homer by Franklin.
I like the sound of when you said 30-minute inning. That's always nice, isn't it? That's some, damage. Yeah, otherwise tomorrow when you pick up the paper, there's some crooked numbers, and you don't like looking at those crooked numbers if you're on the bad end.
Michael Saunders.
Iwakuma likes it right now.
Yes, he does. And he helped himself out, too.
Great escape job. Real nice.
Well, you know, one of the things I was thinking about is that ground ball was hit to second base for him to get out of the inning. And so many times, difference with the really good pitchers, and you were talking about him, a legitimate, solid upper number 2 guy on this club just because Felix is the number 1. You have to make some of those pitches and you're otherwise, your ERA, both of he and Felix, their ERAs under 3. The only way that's going to happen is make some pitches when you get in trouble, because you're always going to get in trouble at some point in the game. You have to make some pitches, and those two seem to do it more times than not.
Yeah, you're not going to sneak under the radar screen anymore.
No.
Now it comes down to a point where you just got to believe in your stuff and trust your stuff. And trust your defense too.
They both do. And good news, Felix is wrapped up, and Iwakuma signed through next year, so that's good stuff for the Mariners to have those two at the top of their rotation.
And then sometimes you just got to be honest with yourself and limit the damage. You just got to tip your hat a couple of times. A guy makes a good play or gets a good knock on you, tip your hat, and then come back and try to make a pitch.
Full count here to Saunders against the second pitcher tonight. Zenino waiting on deck. Ryan Presley in relief of Kevin Correa. Got lit up in an inning and 2/3. Saunders takes a walk. A one-out base runner for the Mariners here in the third. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Tell you what, there's a shot for your files right there. That's a beauty.
How nice has this run of weather been around here?
Great.
Huh? You kidding me?
Man, it's been awesome. Like Zenino, first pitch he saw, base hit left field and an RBI in the second. One to Mike. Good pass at it, 1-2. Zenino 1-2 against Ryan Presley. Off the fist, popped up out of play. Zenino with that base hit and an RBI in the second. He's got 10 RBIs now. Mike playing in his 29th game. All 2-2. Zenino looking for a hit against Ryan Presley. He's out of Dallas, Texas. Lives in Highland Village, Texas. I'm sure some names that are familiar to you, Mr. Gunner.
Partial to it. Rolled through there coming from DFW, visiting my son at TCU, Fort Worth.
How's the little horned frog doing?
He's doing good. He's transferring back to Seattle U. He got a little homesick.
Is that right?
He decided to come back home.
What year is it?
He's a sophomore. But I got one going to Abilene Christian next year to play ball and one at UT San Antonio.
Saunders running. Fly ball center field hit. Saunders will have to get back.
Looks familiar. Dave Valley's daughter. Right there. One with the hat on backwards right there.
Dave will be up here in the booth tomorrow.
Dave's in trouble.
He already knows. I was talking to him about it earlier today.
Dustin Ackley with a base hit and an RBI back in second. 0-1. Saunders leads the ball club, 11 stolen bases in 14 attempts. Oh, 2.
11 is the team leader. We were talking earlier before the game is how Ricky Henderson at one time was averaging 100 a year. Not that.
That's crazy.
What was his high? 130 1 year, I believe.
That sounds right. Yeah.
130.
How about that?
Knew he was going. He couldn't do anything about it.
Him, Vince Coleman.
Seems like eons ago. It's totally
Tim
different
Raines.
game.
Tim Raines, yeah. I mean, Otis Nixon.
Yeah, Michael led the club in stolen bases last year with 21.
My body couldn't handle diving into second base that many times.
You would break something.
It's official. That's a nice luxury to have.
Yes.
Being able to carry the mail.
2-2 here to Ackley. All right, Mr. Henderson. Good grief. 156, 130, 108. His peak years.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And that's pitching out and still beating it. It's amazing.
Runner goes. Swung on a foul back. Ricky stole 130 in 1982. Was caught stealing 42 times.
Yeah, Ricky's numbers up over there, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
How many are you still in 98?
98.
Yeah.
Lord, 66.
And how old is he?
39.
39 years
He
old.
was
It was a teammate of mine in Oakland, and I just marvel at him.
39.
And I can remember talking to him one day about that. Yeah, I know. I remember talking to him about it one day.
Right.
And he told me, he said that if I wanted to, I could still get 100. He said, but it's tougher on my body, and I just steal them when they count. And that's what he would do. I can tell you, playing there,
Money
7th,
bags.
8th, 9th inning, you need a bag, he would get it for you.
Slicing drive. Here comes Saunders. Coming to third, he'll get the stop sign. Digging for 2 and getting there safely with a double is Dustin Ackley. Ackley 2 for 2. That's his 9th double of the season.
I'll tell you, this is a really good at bat for Dustin Ackley. 7-pitch at bat. This is a 95-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside corner. Just going with the pitch. You can see from the tracer all those pitches away from him. Took a couple of them for strikes early in the count, but then went to battling, and that's a good base hit, a solid double for Dustin. Good at bat.
I agree. He was going through a little bit of a stage where it looked like he was falling off balance. Everything was going towards first base, and you cannot cover that outside part of the play. So it's good to see he's got good balance up there and good plate coverage.
Well, Dave and I were talking about earlier when he was going through that, Jay, that you were talking about. And you would see him, he'd drop his head, umpire call a strike, he'd drop his head. And I was telling Dave that when you were doing that, that ball looks like it's so far away from you. And it's a strike, it's on the corner. But as a hitter, it doesn't appear to be that way because you're just pulling off of it.
Morneau hangs with it. And that'll do it. Mariners threaten, don't score, but Dustin Ackley having a 2-for-2 night. We're going to have more of our Twitter trivia coming up. And some more winners coming your way. 6-0 Mariners.
folks. Iwakuma's pitch total is at 51, and this guy has gone at least 5 innings in all of his starts except one. Why do I bring that up? Because Twitter trivia continues tonight. Here is your second opportunity to win. Tweet us how many pitches you think Iwakuma is going to throw tonight for your chance to win a Mariners Root Sports jersey. We still have 2 more questions, so stay tuned for that. And by the way, everybody, he's 5th in innings pitched in the American League. I'm just trying to give everybody, Dave, a little bit more information to make an educated guess.
All right, nicely done, Angie. Thank you. Yeah, he is a workhorse. My goodness.
He will pitch deep, but I'll help him out a little bit more, too. He's usually efficient with his pitches.
He comes out pumping a strike to Chris Colabello. He hit him on an 0-2 pitch with 1 out in the second inning. He's ahead 0-2. So Dustin Ackley's got 2 hits tonight. A 3-run homer by Franklin. RBI by Miller. Zenino driven in a run. Ackley's driven in a run. Seager's got a double. A single by Smoke. A double from Morales. Well, it's been a hit parade tonight.
Before the inning was over, Jay, we were talking about Ackley, and I think another part of that is you have to be in position to handle that pitch, and Dustin's certainly aware of that, and as everybody is, but you see guys struggle. Typically, that's a big part of what the problem is, and they come out and they work on it every day, but you know, especially in today's game.
Hits it through the hole. That pitch stayed up. Colabello sends it to right field for a base hit.
You see so many guys throwing 95. And I think the tendency is to try to get things started, and typically that front shoulder starts to fly a little bit, and it's tough to trust your hands all the time. And that's why we were talking about Raul earlier and how consistent he is with his program on a daily basis, so that he can continue to trust him. And it's really hard sometimes. And you know, we can sit up here and look at it and see what's going on, but they're aware of it. Trust me, Dave Hansen does a good job, and he tells them, but they have to put the work in until you find something where you can get yourself in a position to handle that pitch. It can be difficult.
That damn little guy sits on your shoulder when you walk from the on-deck circle to home plate. It all of a sudden makes you change your approach in the middle of an AB.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you are. You know the guy's throwing 96. I mean, now there was a handful of guys on every team, that could throw 95, 96. Now there's a handful of guys on every team that throw triple digits, which is amazing. So that I don't blame them sometimes having to cheat a little bit, but you get into a rut of doing that, and then it ends up getting into some bad habits.
That's right.
They know to deal quickly here for Hicks. Oh, and he threw it away.
Nice backup by Mikey.
Indeed. Boy, Hicks showed both middle infielders how fast he is first time up.
Well, it might have been one of the reasons why Brad Miller throws this ball a little bit high, maybe rushing it. He certainly paid attention to how quick Hicks was getting down the line.
So fielder's choice, 4-6. Here's Flormon. Pedro, the switch hitting shortstop for the Twins. Oh, and that one gets by. That's a wild pitch, and it goes up. And this kid can run. Zenino gets on it. Wild pitch. Aaron Hicks down to second. That is a rarity, just the 6th of the year for Iwakuma.
We're not used to humidity around here very often, so sometimes you get a little of that in the air, and maybe got away from him a little bit.
Want to know. Located pitch there, 1-1. Zenino nicked on the wrist, put it on this last half inning. Sat him out of game a few days ago to get him rested up. Part of the biz for that position.
I don't know about you, Mike, but anytime I had a hard time wearing any kind of stuff on my hands. I just couldn't do it. Even if I was a little sore, I'd still just made my fingers go to sleep.
Yeah, I didn't like it either.
Pitch. See the movement on that thing.
1-2. Aaron Hicks at second. 1 out. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the 2-2. Full count on deck as the leadoff man, Brian Dozier. Iwakuma with 3 strikeouts. He's not walked anybody. He does have a wild pitch and a hit batter.
I wonder if he's got a little tightness going on in his hip or his glute or something, because he keeps moving his leg out there, and he just jumped around a second ago behind the mound. Kind of hit on his lower half there a little bit. So
and even after he threw that last pitch right away, he was moving around. Initially, I thought maybe he had a blister on his finger earlier in the year that he was dealing with. I was wondering if maybe there was something wrong with his hand, but he gets a strikeout.
Strikeout number 4.
Feels better now.
Yes, it does. 2 down. Make a stop to see the Mariners' new shortstop. Tomorrow, Brad Miller will be meeting and signing autographs with fans at the Safeway in Duval from noon to 1. Swing by to meet the Mariners' leadoff hitter. Again, that's tomorrow at noon to 1 at the Duval Safeway on Main Street. Four strikeouts now for Iwakuma. Strike 1. One. Drops it in for strike 1 and 2. Dozier, tough hombre, 10 doubles since July 1st. Tops in the major leagues. And strikes him out. So again, Iwakuma gets out of trouble. Strands yet another twin base runner. At 7 through the first 4 innings. He's got a big lead, 6-0. the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. There's a good look at the Moses Lake Babe Ruth team. And they're here to see one of their favorite sons, Ryan Doman, who's playing in right field tonight for the Twins. Aaron certainly saw plenty of him the first time around. That game winner he had in Game 2 in Minnesota. Nick Franklin leads it off. He'll be followed by Raul Ibanez and Kendrys Morales. Big 3-run homer for Nick in the second inning. Mariners scored 6 times on 7 hits. Ryan Presley continues on. He came on to get the last out of the second inning. Kevin Correa, 1 2/3, 7 hits, 6 runs, all earned.
You're right, Mike. Not a lot of movement. Gets that foot down. Quick hands. Short and sweet.
The thing that we've highlighted it before with Nick from the left side of the plate, but even that last fastball was kind of in on him, beat him a little bit. You could see him just get his hands inside. Still finds a way to get the barrel to it.
All with that kazoo helmet on.
Supposedly.
I mean, come on. This is the big leagues. Can we not come up with a double flat helmet that looks
Supposedly
better
one
than
has
that
been
thing?
ordered. It should be here.
Goodness, that's ugly.
But
Jeez.
short left field, long run. The shortstop calling everybody off. It's Florman for the out. Jay Buter with us here in the booth. Doesn't meet your approval, huh?
No.
In a Fencer fashion sense.
Hey, I would single flap it and just I just go up there, depending on what side, just change helmets. Heck with it.
Sleep Country USA bringing you the Mariners calendar. We'll be with you tomorrow. No TV on Saturday. Back on Sunday. Then we head east. Heat and humidity coming your way. Boston and Baltimore. Boston and Tampa Bay got rained out tonight.
Yeah, Baltimore, buckle up. It's going to be warm there, bud. Woo!
Yeah, it will be. It'll be. You talking about humid? It's going to be humid there. But I can tell you this, Nick Franklin, on that helmet. The last time he brought up his helmet, he hit one in the seat.
That's why I did it. I was hoping we get lucky.
And by the way, it seems like he's only been here for a month, and he's hitting 270 with 8 home runs. I would run that helmet out there again.
Hey, I hear you. I mean, superstition. You don't think it done playing in this game? I'm sure it's crossed his mind.
He probably has somebody guarding it.
No doubt.
Baltimore, by the way, got drilled at Kansas City 7-1.
So let's see that George went back to being front office guy now again.
George Brett wouldn't surprise me. I hadn't heard it, but
I think
he said he was only going to do it for a short time. And I was told by somebody who knows the situation, said he's not going to do it. I'll tell you why he's not going to do it full time, because he never wants to be fired by the Kansas City Royals.
And I don't blame him.
Right. Well, that was not going to be a full-time gig, a long-time gig.
He's a piece of work, man. One of the characters of the game, man. I love that guy.
Yesterday, 30th anniversary of Pine Tar.
I know. I was watching that. It was hilarious. McClellan?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Have you ever seen anybody that stark raving mad coming out of in any circumstance?
And that's Billy Martin, too, just getting into your head, because Billy Martin was great at being able to do that. He knew he'd been killing them, and I'm going to do whatever I can to get in this guy's head, getting this squash, and he did. He pushed the wrong button, didn't he?
It gets overlooked a lot because of what Dave's talking about. George Brett coming out of the dugout like a crazy man in that situation, and people talking about the Pine Tar. The next time you go to look at it, take a look at the swing that he puts on that fastball by Goose Gossage, who at the time you were talking to a few guys. He was one of the few guys that could hit 100.
Yep.
That pitch was up, and he hit it into the upper deck. It's one of the better swings you're going to see on a really good fastball up.
Morales K's ends a 1-2-3 inning for the Mariners, 6-0 Seattle. Baseball and Root Sports, being brought to you by Sterling Savings Bank. Nobody works harder for you. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. By Mazda, we believe if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. Beautiful sight. Downtown Seattle, sun setting on this Thursday, July 25th. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Jay Jenner with us in the booth. Sashi Iwakuma throwing to a new battery mate, Henry Blanco. We'll try to get your report on Mike Zenino, but as we detailed earlier, sore wrist of late. Big lead. I guess if Robbie Thompson figured, hey, get him out, give him some rest. Chris Herman leads off. 1-2. Herman, Morneau, and Doman. Swing and a miss. He's gone. That's 6 strikeouts for Iwakuma. 3 in a row. Here's Morneau, got an infield hit and reached on an error by Seager. Twins stranded 2 runners in the first, 1 in the third, left them loaded in the third, and 1 in the fourth. So 2-1, 3-1. That's what they've left on base. Down in the zone, 0-2.
Oh, good pitch.
What'd that miss?
Borderline call. Here's the 1-2.
Veteran hitter, giving him the benefit of the doubt, I guess. I guess that still goes on a little bit. Not quite as much as it used to, though. I'll tell you what, man. Wade Boggs' strike zone was the size of a paper cup.
That bad, huh?
Oh, yeah. I mean, when Eck, we used to throw him close. His strike zone was into the other box.
Well, but
a little different.
Iwakuma has some stripes now, as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Jay has an all-star appearance. First half of the season, he was leading the league in ERA for the majority of it. Went through a little tough patch that he had there, but
he was at 173 at one point.
He's earned that pitch, I think.
Absolutely. He's pounding the strike zone, isn't he?
Struck him out. He's on a roll. 7 straight. 7 for the game. 4 straight. Good stuff by Iwakuma.
Elevated fastball. Good run on this fastball as he throws it by Morneau. Talk about his split all the time, getting a swing and a miss as he buries it in the dirt. But he gets a lot of strikes with this pitch, too. That one, we were talking about it earlier in the game. Borderline up in the strike zone. He gets a lot of swings at that pitch.
He changes the eyes really good.
He does.
Down the hitters.
Ryan Doman got a base hit. A hard smash off the glove of Kyle Seager. It's the last time up.
Veteran pitchers too, Jay. They don't just work the edges of the plate. They'll work below the strike zone, up above it, change your eye level that you were talking about. Takes some experience to get there, but when they do, it's effective, and it's a big part of Iwakuma.
We test up that umpire too, find out how much he's going to give me. How much love am I going to get? I'm going to keep going, keep going. All right, that's it. All right, well, I'll stay right there.
Two-1 to Doman. Smoke feeds to Iwakuma. And with that 1-2-3 inning, Iwakuma's now thrown 25 2/3 innings without allowing an earned run against the Minnesota Twins. pitches, and we were just notified that foul tip off the left-hand catcher Mike Zenino. They've taken him out of the game for precautionary measures. Here's Kyle Seager to lead it off in the 5th. A double and a strikeout.
Sure, they just want to get some ice on it right away, try to keep the inflammation out of his hand or his wrist.
On 1, Ryan Presley. A long man roll here for the Twins tonight, with Kevin Correa being knocked out after an inning at 2/3 of 7 hits, 6-run ball.
He's done a good job of stopping the bleeding as of yet. Let's see if we can get something rolling again right here.
Mariners did threaten in the 3rd. Had runners at 2nd and 3rd, nobody out, but couldn't score.
Left-hander Brian Dunsing getting loose in the pen.
Seager, Smoke, and Saunders 5, 6, and 7. Mariners try to start another winning streak. Losing yesterday to Cleveland ended an 8-game winning streak, and it was a thing of beauty. Do it again at 2-2. Two pitch. Hit on the button, but a one-hopper to Dozier. 1 out. Let's check in with Angie Mente.
Guys, I am making sure that everyone is following us on Twitter for their opportunity to win Mariners and Root Sports prizes. You can follow us at rootsports_NW. So here is our 3rd question of the night. Tweet us. Which Mariner will have the most total bases at the end of the night? Your chance to win an autographed Iwakuma baseball. Now, just to give you an idea of where a couple of the guys are, Nick Franklin, well, he's your leader right now with 4. Dustin Ackley has 3. Miller, more or less, Steven Seager still at 2 after that at bat. And remember, this is just singles, doubles, triples, and home runs. Guys, back to you.
All right, Angie, thank you very much. 1 out here in the Mariners' 5th. There's Justin Smoke, 1 for 2. $18,135 on hand here.
So it looks like Soriano is going to be a Yankee, huh?
Again.
Like that.
Well, they need some pop in that lineup.
They do. They need some help.
How about the Cubbies letting go fire sale, man?
Saved a few bucks.
Nice pickup by Texas.
Garza.
Man, that's good arm. Solid for a start for him, too.
It's going to heat up here in the next week. What do you think, fellas? It's 6 days to the trading deadline.
I always enjoy sitting around and hearing all the rumors swirling around.
And nothing happens.
A lot of times, yeah, it's a lot of hot air. There's no doubt about that.
2.
But then every now and then somebody pulls off the sleeper, and that's always fun to watch. And I tell you what, it'll be interesting to see some of these younger clubs like Pittsburgh, what they can do to help pad themselves a little bit, because they're playing some great baseball. They don't need a whole lot.
They lost Grilly.
But but when you lose that definitely hurts you. So it'll be interesting to see what they address. Tampa Bay's hot right now. Oakland always gets hot, about this time of year. It's always funny too, because the Yankees always seem to be kind of flirting around and hovering around 500, and next thing you know, you look up and they're 10 games over 500, and you look up again and they're 15, and never fails. And you got this old crafty vet named, what's that guy's name again down the bullpen for him that just
save today.
Yeah, you turn the game over to him. I think it's a slam dunk. So
they had a win today, 2-0, and Mo's now 33 out of 35.
How about that guy? Why is he retiring? Maybe he just goes at the end of the year. Just kidding. No, he swears.
I don't think so.
He swears he's done.
Yeah, I don't think so.
They talked Pettit into coming back, but I mean, I think he's.
Girardi, I remember when we saw Girardi both times, he said, hey, he's going to give all the gifts back and come back again next year.
He would like that.
Oh, he would.
Who wouldn't?
In a heartbeat. 1-2. Smoke strikes out. For Ryan Presley, that's his second strikeout. 2 outs. Here in the 5th. Make plans. Taking a Mariners game with family and friends this summer here at Safeco Field, a group offer. You'll not only enjoy Mariners baseball under the sun, but you'll receive a scorching deal. Tickets for as low as $8. Groups of 20 or more receive special pricing. So log on to mariners.com/group. Do it right now to get your summer date and savings. Comebacker to the pitcher and a walk for Michael Saunders tonight. Mariners in the second inning sent 10 men to the plate. 6 runs on 7 hits. It took him 30 minutes. Just wore out Kevin Correa. Correa started for the Twins tonight. Up the middle, nice hop, Florman cannot get the Speedy Saunders base hit. That ends a run of 6 consecutive hitters retired.
Florman has a good arm. He ranges back up the middle, but wasn't able to get much on this throw. An awkward hop, and when Morneau had to bring his glove back into his midsection to catch this to give Saunders a chance to beat it out. Didn't have control of it.
Here's Henry Blanco. Zenino taking a foul tip off his left hand, so Henry's first at bat.
See if Michael takes off here and gets himself in scoring position.
Well, you're up 6-0, and it's still a 5th inning. I think why not try to get things going again, huh?
I agree.
Yeah.
Let Henry get him a little fillet of fish, ribby.
Jeff Datson on the right, Robbie Thompson right in the ball club. He's on the left.
Good to see Datsy, huh?
Yeah. Had a good conversation with him today.
He's looking good. Got his color back, looking solid. What a great man.
Said he's feeling a lot better.
Coming off of beating skin cancer. Drive to the gap by Henry Blanco. Look at this drive.
Stay in the park.
Stays in the park indeed. Saunders flying. He's going to score easily. How about Henry Blanco off the bench for an ailing Mike Zenino? And Blanco with an RBI, his 7th. And that's his 4th double. His first as a Mariner.
I like the fact they go a couple of base hits, and they score another run here with 2 outs. Like it was going to be an easy inning for Presley, but Blanco puts the ball in the gap. Michael with great speed is able to score easy on the play. And that's going to be it.
Hoping it'd be get him a nice little bounce and not bounce out of the ballpark there.
That's right. Worked out well. 7-0 Mariners.
still in the bottom of the 5th, and the Mariners lead at 7-0. Hi, everybody. Angie Mentink here. I want to thank everybody for playing Twitter Thursday with us. Now, we have our first winner from our first question. Now, question number 2, that's how many pitches will Iwakuma throw? We don't know yet because Iwakuma is still in the game. And which Mariner will end up with the most total bases? Well, we won't know that until the bottom of the 9th. Or, guys, most likely with the way the score is now, the bottom of the 8th inning. I don't think we'll be playing the bottom of the 9th. Also, coming up next inning, I will have our 4th question. So if you haven't gotten lucky yet, you don't have the right answer in yet, don't worry about it. We got another chance for everybody. Guys?
All right, Andy. Good stuff. Here's Dustin Ackley, 2 for 2 tonight. Since the All-Star break, 7 for 17, hitting at a .412 clip. Ryan Duensing is a drive to deep right center field. Ackley, one hop, off the fence, stays in the yard. Blanco scores 8-0 Mariners. Ackley 3 for 3 with 2 runs driven in.
Being aggressive on the fastball. Looks like a fastball. It's inside. Dustin able to pull it. Yep, gets his hands inside of it, drives it into the gap. Good look from our McDonald super mode. You try to see him get in on his hands, doesn't let him happen. Mariners doing a good job hitting with runners in scoring position. They're now 6 for 8 with runners in scoring position in tonight's game.
They're good.
They have been.
Man, it's contagious, man.
Ackley now takes the lead in total bases for tonight. Here's a pop off the bat of Miller. About the 8 and 9 spots, you got an RBI for Zenino, RBI for Blanco, and 2 for Ackley, who's 3 for 3.
They've scored 3 runs too.
That is impressive. Oh, 0-2 here to Miller. Popped up infield. Taking charge is Trevor Plouffe. Mariners put a couple more up on the board. An 8-0 lead. First part of this party. How about the second inning? Kyle Seager gets it going. Then just a parade of hits. Smoke with a base hit. Zenino, Miller. Here's Franklin with a 3-run jack. 10 minutes of the plate. 6 runs on 7 hits. And it chases starter Kevin Correa, and they've since added 2 more in the home 5th for this big 8-0 lead. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Steve Buhner joining us here tonight. Sasha Iwakuma has struck out 7. Not walked anybody. He's gotten out of a few sticky situations. 5th inning was the first inning. Twins didn't leave anybody on. They left 2 on in the first, 1 in the second, left them loaded in the third, and 1 in the fourth. One to Trevor Plouffe, struck out swinging and looking.
Mariners with some extra base hits in this game. Should do the home run. In that second inning, they had 4 extra base hits out of the 7 hits.
Doing a lot of trading places, aren't they?
Yeah.
Angels playing at the Athletics. Angels lead at 5-2. Bottom of the 5th.
Mariners have hit 6 doubles in this game. .84 pitches for Iwakuma, 57 strikes.
Slow breaking ball hit down to Kyle Seager. And off his glove. Ron Gardenhire, in his 12th year, manager of the Twins, had some interesting things to say about his peer, Eric Wedge. He's on the shelf for a little bit. Let's hear what he had to say before the game.
I actually sent a little text message to Eric, and I haven't heard back from him yet, but I told him I would take it easy on Robbie here, and then I remembered who was pitching the first 2 games, and I don't know how I can take it easy on it. Those 2 guys, I feel like I'm going to get waxed here. But you know what? Robbie, he's a good baseball man, always has been. And I just want Wedgie to get well and get back out here.
Ron Gardenhire, good man. Captain and shortstop, University of Texas, mid-70s. Clayton Thomas is the hitter.
A little unusual to see the Mariners with 3 errors in the game.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Seager's got 2. Franklin has 1.
That was a hard hit ball right there, though. It looked like it had a little top spin and almost ate him up.
It did.
Good thing he got a glove on it right there. It was getting close to the bonnet, close to the head. And looks like that first bounce on that infield's getting a little bit of that top spin. It's getting a little hot coming off. Thanks to Mr. Paul McCartney, I think, huh?
Here's a pop.
I think so.
There you go, Bob. I'll help you out, man, Bob.
He does a great job.
He does do
a lot of work to
job.
There's Bob Christopherson, the head groundskeeper. Said he thought he was going to pass out in the heat and humidity of Washington. He went down to see their setup, get some notes. It's worked out well here. I mean, you look out in the outfield. If you didn't know it, you'd never know that there was a big stage out there and straightaway center field.
At one point, they had this entire field covered for the concert.
I think
Bob and his crew working overtime.
Right. The infield of the guys are going to get the effect more than the outfield.
As we were breaking that Sunday, the trucks were pretty much all out in the parking lot getting ready.
Man, it don't take them long, does it?
No, not at all. Like you said, Mike, when you guys left out of here, what?
Yeah, Monday, I think it was. Yeah, they had, or it was a Thursday. It was Thursday, yeah.
Right.
When they were putting everything together, it was quite a production.
0-2 to Chris Colabello.
Iwakuma's throwing a gem, isn't he? Changing speeds a little bit, a little BP fastballs. Like you said, Mike, earlier, a split's been down in the zone, and he gets the eyes down, and all of a sudden he rides that fastball up in the top of the zone. That little herky-jerky, that small little pause in that herky-jerky, definitely plays a little bit into the deception that he has with the hitters.
And your timing.
Guys might get a little off just a little bit, late getting their foot down, then trying to rush to get it up.
This will probably be his last inning. He's thrown 91 pitches. Mariners have a comfortable lead right now, 8-0. Get a double play ball, maybe squeeze one more out of him, but his pitch count starting to get up there on him.
Strike sack, Colabello. That's strikeout number 8 for Iwakuma. 2 outs here in the 6th. It's a impressive looking strikeout total. We take a look at our Land Rover scores from around the American League West. The Yankees beat Texas 2-0 with Kuroda going 7 innings. Angels leading Oakland top the 6, 5-2. Mark Trumbo driven in a couple runs.
Oakland 59-42.
8 Ks out there for Iwakuma's work this evening. Aaron Hicks. Toronto beat Houston 4-0 earlier today. Mr. Bedard went 5 innings, 93 pitches.
5 and dive. There's teams talking about picking him up.
One. 8 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors for the Mariners. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for Minnesota. Down the line, we'll play for Raul.
Iwakuma throwing a lot of strikes again. 95 pitches, 64 strikes for him.
Two pitch. 2-2. Aaron Hicks has got 8 home runs, 8 stolen bases. Top prospects in the organization. Been pretty much the everyday center fielder. 2-2. Gets off of Blanco. Down to second goes Trevor Plouffe. Second wild pitch tonight by Iwakuma. Big offensive night for the Mariners. 3-run homer by Nick Franklin. Brad Miller with an RBI. Ackley's 3 for 3. Couple of runs batted in. Zenino's driven in a run, scored a run. Blanco's driven in a run, scored a run. Good stuff. That is the first walk issued by Iwakuma. Runners at first and second. MLB.com at bat. Celebrating 5 years as your #1 mobile app for live baseball. Available for iPhone, iPad, Android, and BlackBerry 10. At Bat delivers Mariners baseball with live audio, pitch tracking, stats, news, highlights, and more. So text at Bat to 31826 or visit Mariners.com for details. Tell them Jay Buhner uses it.
It's pretty solid. I like it. Modern technology, man. You can be in the middle of nowhere and still watch a baseball game.
They hit the good reception in Montana. That's impressive.
Hey, I'm too cheap to get satellite and all that stuff. All right, Curtis, so get out of my ear about it, all right? And why do it when you got that app? It's a great app.
Pedro Florimon reached on fielder's choice and struck out.
If it's free, it's me. Give me 3, baby.
The strike, 1-1. Saturday's game, no over-the-air TV. The only way you can watch it is with the mobile app.
That's why I like it.
And with another strike, 1-2. On 2 strikes. It's the floor, man. Strike 3 call. That is strikeout number 9 for Iwakuma. When we come back, Angie Menting will have our 4th Twitter trivia question. For the Mariners, that 6-run second was pretty awesome. Jay Buhner with us here in the booth, and guys are just very aggressive. It's contagious.
Up, huh?
The ball hard.
Hunting that fastball, Dave, and they were not missing it.
Kevin Correa took a beating.
That's some crooked numbers for him waking up tomorrow, huh?
Ginseng throws to get Nick Franklin. 1 out. Here's Angie Menting.
Guys, this is fans' last chance to interact with us on Twitter to win a prize. And all you have to do is answer this final question. How many runs will the Mariners score tonight? Tweet us to win a Mariners t-shirt. And we want to thank everybody who is participating in tonight's Twitter trivia. Be sure to follow us on Twitter for exclusive offers, giveaways, and the latest programming highlights. Guys, all right, so there you go. And I'm sorry, Dave, Mike, and even you, Jay, not eligible.
All right, Angie, thank you. Hey, good to see the response. It's great.
I wish we knew what the answer was going to be, huh? It'd be nice to have that crystal ball. Dial up some more runs, huh?
Yes, indeed. Hundreds of responses. We like that. And Danny Farquhar heating up. So Iwakuma appears to be done after 6 innings. Side roll. Iwakuma with Anthony Suzuki, the translator, administrator with the ball club. 9 strikeout performance, 1 walk.
Tony was even a traveling secretary for a little bit.
He was.
When Spelly was under the knife.
He was on the disabled list for a while.
Nice job, too.
Tony wearing multiple hats down there. He does a good job. He's a good dude.
I'll have to go back and get a new piece of lumber. Dunsing, the 3rd pitcher used tonight by Minnesota.
won't let him in there again.
Three balls, one strike. Henderson Morales on deck. Booming double over the head of center fielder Aaron Hicks. Back in the second inning.
Ooh, come here, come here, come here. Ooh, almost got my first souvenir. Yeah, he was looking to hunt right there.
Fastball middle in.
Raul with 24 home runs, 56 runs batted in. Striking out. Dunsing's first strikeout. 2 outs here in the Mariners' 6th. It's time to be taken out to the ballgame in style. A wide range of Mariner premium seating is available for all games this season, including Diamond Club seats behind home plate and a 20-person private suites. Perfect for hosting a party right here at the ballpark. For more info on premium seating options at Safeco Field, visit mariners.com/premium.
Diamond Club seats spoil you, man. Get some good grub down there, too.
There you go. Jay Buhner endorsement.
That'll have him coming out and going, let's go.
It is a good seat.
It is.
Fooled him on that one, 0-2. Two to Morales. I like watching him every night, ready to hit all the time.
Oh man, go.
High fly ball. It's going to stay in the yard. That'll do it for the Mariners. 1, 2, 3 in the 6th. They have a big lead, 8-0. Eddie Farquhar will take over. And now for today's whiff, brought to you by Head & Shoulders with a hint of Old Spice.
Well, Iwakuma, he has been pitching well lately. Something like a little run support early, Jay. Make you aggressive with the fastball.
A 30-minute third inning will do it,
Yeah,
right? Or was that the second inning?
But I think
it seemed like every inning, right?
He was pretty sharp today when you consider there were 3 errors made behind him, too. He had to pitch around some trouble. Some of it not totally his fault. but 9 strikeouts for Iwakuma, and this one's a good outing for him.
A lot of strikeouts on that high fastball. Likes to work that ladder. Did a nice job of changing the eye level. That split finger down was an effective pitch to help set up that fastball up.
Look at his numbers. 6 innings, did 4 hits. No runs, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts, 101 pitches. 67 of those are strikes.
That's a lot of punches for him.
That's a lot of strikeouts over 6 innings. Yeah, Danny Farquhar will take over. 18 appearances on the year for Danny.
Top of the order, Brian Dozier.
I like it. He stays right there. He is not going to get hurt.
No. Danny with a good arm. He can rush it up there 95, 96 miles an hour. Throws a lot of cut fastballs, though. They'll be 91, 92.
Who doesn't throw 95?
I agree.
That's why I'm sorry to laugh. I mean, that's a 90-mile-an-hour, like, little cut fastball.
Before he came in, they got him.
Yeah, has no clue, huh?
Come backer.
I come every time a ball goes back to a pitcher, I always hold my breath. It's like,
I do the same thing. I do the same thing.
Every night on highlights, there's always at least one guy who butchers a play.
Pull the pin, and where is it going?
Not just that. Even when they intentionally walk somebody, I just expect one of them to end up at the backstop at some point.
I know Roger Clemens, man. He was the worst at it. He couldn't do it.
Come back.
Is that right? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he had the yips, man. I remember in the playoffs, Lou's like, if we bunt right here, bunt it right back to him, let him airmail it out in the center field. And lo and behold, he did. He airmailed it right out in the center field.
Wow. Not even close.
No, he just got the thing when it comes to throwing. For him, it was throwing to second base. He couldn't spin and throw to second base for whatever reason.
Well, how many times have we seen guys at first base? It's an adventure, right?
Yeah. Well, I know Sammy Perlaza, who was the infield coach here in Seattle for a period of time. He used to tell us all the time on the corners, Tino and I, keep those guys on the dirt. Don't let them get outside of that circle. If you can make a play, you get them out of the way and make the play.
Well, there are a few guys I've played with that had the semi-yips. I know Joey, man, you better get over the first base in a hurry and get turned around because he was letting it go as soon as he got it.
Who's this?
Joey Cora. He just couldn't sit there and think about it. He had to get rid of it. Hot potato, man.
What about other pitchers?
Mariners are fortunate. They have some good fielding pitchers, starters. Felix is a great athlete. Yeah, he can make all the plays over there. Iwakuma is good. Joe Saunders fields his position well. So they're fortunate in that respect.
3-2 pitch to Herman. He's hit in the right.
I think one of the worst ones was Mackey Sasser.
Oh, that was
poor guy. I mean, that just hurt me. It would hurt me to watch that. Everybody knows Steve Sachs had the thing a little bit. I think Chuck Knobloch had it a little bit. Well, actually, there's quite a few guys, but
during your time, right? Your
well, the thing that was strange too with Mackey is if he had to make a play, come up and throw the ball to second or something like that, that was not the problem. It was just throwing it back to the pitcher. It's amazing, isn't it?
It is.
60 feet, just like you have to almost put on a platter and walk it out half the time. Right? He would walk 4 or 5 steps.
At one point, the pitchers would have to come about halfway to home to get the ball from him, and then he'd sit there with that little pump fake thing, and then finally just kind of lob it up in the air to him.
There's quite a few catchers out there, even in today's game, that have a little bit of a thing. They'll reach out and kind of spread the dirt and play it off like they'll throw it back and they'll smooth the dirt. And if I remember correctly, I think one of them is Torrealba, and there's a few.
Yeah.
1-1 to Morneau. Ackley getting after it. Makes the catch. Nicely done. 2 outs.
He's made a couple running catches in the gap in this homestand. He looks like he's getting more and more comfortable all the time.
Nice first step angle. Good jump on that ball. I think he's starting to get a little more comfortable about where his presence is, where he's at on the warning track, where he is in the gap, communication between him and his other outfielders.
His routes are getting better, too, Jay. He's getting direct routes to where the ball is going to come down. Takes a little bit of time. You spent the last 3 years trying to play second base, and all of a sudden they put you in the outfield, and you're playing center field, and it's a big outfield on top of that. Takes some time.
I mean, look out there right now. He's playing basically 2 steps to the left of second base towards right.
And you can see all that room
and you
in
see
between.
that gap in between left center. That's a lot of ground to cover, man. But that's where all the scouting reports come into play, you know. As a player, you go up and you look. I mean, Rusty Kuntz, I was fortunate to have him as my outfield coach when I was coming up through the game.
Where
to play certain guys, you know, 1 step over, 2 steps over, pinch the gaps, whatever it may be. And so going into the game, you know exactly what's going on, what the guy's power points are, where he likes to hit the ball, what he's trying to do. And that certainly helps out. And right there, he just took 2 steps to his right towards left center. So you play counts. You can't stay in the same place all the time. You got to move around. Hitter's got 2 strikes on you now. For the most part, you know the guy's going to try to go the other way. So he just took 2 big steps over towards left center now. Started off in right center. Now he's back on the opposite side of left center.
Well, and I know playing the infield too, a lot of time I would put it on the pitcher. If you want me to play close to the line or in that hole, that's fine. But hey, you better make the pitches to the area that you want us to play in. That's a big part of it.
Exactly. That's what we used to do too. We didn't like Chris Bosio, a perfect example. What are you going with? Well, I feel really good for my 2-seamer, so play over and in tonight. Or, you know, pinch the gaps a little bit more on this guy. I mean, your pitchers have to know what they're looking to do, so they got to communicate as well.
2-2, Farquhar pitching to Doman. Struck him out.
Wow, no chance.
Beating with high heat. Manny Farquhar in his first inning of work gives up a base hit, strands the runner. Home 7th coming up. All Mariners 8-0. Washington's lottery turned 28.6 million Washingtonians into winning heirs. They can do the same for you. Thanks to Washington's lottery, winning heirs are made daily. Ron Gartenhire emptying his bench. We'll run down the changes for you as we move along. Good night for the Mariners after getting thumped last night yesterday afternoon 10-1. They're putting a thump on the Twins. It's 8-0 as Trevor Plouffe. He moves from third base to first base. Justin Morneau's out of the ball game. Doug Bernier, he takes over at third.
There'll be a lot of changes, Dave, I'm sure.
And the new catcher is Sal Buterra's kid, Drew. Sal, big leaguer, played during the, I think, against you guys back in the day. And in right field, we got Furman. And a new pitcher.
It's like spring training, huh?
Oh, it's unbelievable. Can't field bar. Hey, Hall of Famer Dave Niehaus. I got the right fielders out there making a catch. Nice to look.
You know, I just like the fact that the Mariners have a short memory, you know. I mean, they forget about what happened yesterday. You know, here it is.
Good call.
It's on the other foot, huh? Shoes on the other. Throwing it right back at somebody else.
Well, that's something we were talking about at the beginning of the game. Come out, score 6 runs in the second inning. That puts that to rest real quick.
Yep. And also when you got Iwakuma on the mound, the way he's been throwing, I mean, that's pretty.
That helps.
That's certainly a very comfortable cushion. I like my odds with that any day. And it's funny what Skipper Gardenhire was saying. Is nice draw we got. It's only going to get better. It's only going to get better tomorrow. And I know when I used to play, and I know we used to do the same thing when we were getting ready to go on the road. You'd always look ahead to see what the probable, who we're going to face. Are we going to get 3, 4, 5? Hopefully. Oh no. Yeah. We got 1, 2, 3. Buckle up.
There's Felix. He'll be on the mound tomorrow. It's funny you said that, Jay, because I used to feel that way going into Kansas City. Gubaza, Apier, Saberhagen. You're shaking your head going, man, this is going to be a rough series. Try to mix in a couple of walks somewhere.
Yeah, you figure you get 1 base hit, you're playing with the house money.
Yeah,
right?
But you definitely pay attention to it. You're right.
Herman, the catcher, Chris Herman, is started catcher. He's now in right field.
Oh, Mamata played at McLennan Community College 1 year.
Where is that?
It's in Waco, Texas, baby.
You guys get a little wind in your games out there.
Oh, yes, we did. Yes, sir.
Fly ball center field for Hicks. Let's see what's up with Angie Menting.
Hey guys, we have our second winner in our Twitter Thursday, and it's Jeff Freeman, who guessed that Kuma would throw 102 pitches. And actually, congratulations, Jeff, not only on winning the Root Sports Mariners jersey, but also that he guessed it right after I asked the question, guys. He didn't wait to see how Kuma was going to do or how he was feeling. Nope, 102 right out of the gates, guys. And coming up, we'll announce our third and fourth winners as well. So stay tuned, everybody. Back to you.
Very good. Thank you, Angie. One out here is Justin Smoke, 1 for 3 with a run scored. High fly ball deep left center field for Hicks. Busy man. 2 outs.
Well, that's 2 balls he just missed. Just a little under.
Felix's opponent tomorrow will be Scott Diamond. Felix, the ERA leader in the American League.
So we're going to have a pinch hitter, Jason Bay, going to hit for Michael Saunders.
Let's see if the Mariners can hit Mr. Diamond around the diamond tomorrow, huh?
Out of play, 1-2 to Bay. Bay in yesterday's game went 0 for 4 with a run scored. Here's Felix, Saunders, and Aaron Harang. Bay gone on 3 pitches. That'll do it for the Mariners in the 7th. Big lead, 8-0 Seattle. Sports, brought to you by Jack in the Box. Go to a Jack in the Box near you with Jack's new Big Stack Burger. And by Auburn Volkswagen, Das Auto. Beautiful night here in Seattle. Glad you're with us, wherever you're watching. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Jay Buhner with us here tonight. The Mariners have had a big offensive output. A 6-run second inning, batting around, 10 men to the plate. 6 runs on 7 hits, a 30-minute half inning. Sashi Iwakuma was outstanding on the mound, 6 innings, a 4-hit shutout ball. 1 walk and 9 strikeouts. Danny Farquhar working his second inning. He's got Trevor Plouffe, who started the game at third base, now at first base. 0 for 3. Oh! 1-1. Good pitch by Danny.
That's nasty. He's going, I got 2 punches, fixing to get my 3rd right. He does that again. He gone.
95.
That number you were talking about earlier, boys.
Yeah, slow curveball at 78 and comes back with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
Well, in honor of Mike Blowers and Ron Gardenhire, the all-West German-born team, let's see, Mike, you got to do it all. You better have all 4 gloves. Glenn Hubbard, Jeff Baker, Elmer Vallow. Boy, that's going back. Craig Lefferts and Edwin Jackson. On loan from Czechoslovakia.
Couldn't quite feel out the entire squad, so.
That's pretty good.
I think Elmer Vallow played for Washington Senators, and I think he played at Kansas City.
Yeah. I was a military kid. That's why I was born over there. I'm sure most of those guys. I know Edwin Jackson also was, yeah.
25 players born in Germany that went on to play in the major leagues. Shockingly, none from East Germany. How about Danny Farquhar?
How's he got a 7 ERA?
I wonder that sometimes.
Seriously?
With the stuff that he has. Yeah, I know. It's amazing.
I mean, even his misses, that second to last pitch, it was paint right on the outside, which could have been a strike.
There's the last pitch, a hard curveball, swing over the top of it.
For you old timers out there, Elmer Vallow played a long time, 1940 to 1961, mainly with the A's in Philly, Brooklyn, the Dodgers, Cleveland, the Yankees, Washington, Minnesota, and the Phillies. A long career.
21 years, yeah.
The bat of Colabello and Danny Farquhar. Nice work in the 7th and 8th innings. Good reacts here. Ball was stung. Home 8th coming up. next by BNSF Railway, the engine that connects us, and by Linwood Honda. Experience the difference. Okay, City Restaurant on top of the Space Needle in its glory tonight, 8-0. Mariners. Check out our AT&T trivia question. Where did Crazy George first lead the stadium to perform the wave? Oakland, the Kingdome, Husky Stadium, Candlestick Park. Boys, I'm going with you on this one.
Husky Stadium.
Husky?
I'll say the Stick.
I'll go Coliseum. Just for the heck of it. I'll go to, we got George. I'll go with the Coliseum. Mike, you got Husky. Yep. You got the Stick.
Yep.
Here's Henry Blanco against Josh Renicky. His father, Gary, fine player in the big leagues. His uncle Ron's a manager of the Brewers, and his brother-in-law is Washington's Ian Desmond.
I'd say those are some pretty good genes, wouldn't you?
I think so.
We saw Josh back on Sunday, June 2nd. Mariners lost 10-0. He pitched a scoreless inning, gave up one hit. And they get caught in between there. And results there rolling with Husky Stadium.
Looks like I got no chance.
Henry Blanco, an RBI double, left center field. But Danny Farquhar, good work, struck out 3. Quick hands to get that third out on a smash right back through the box.
That'll boost some confidence for him, won't it?
Yeah. Oliver Perez getting loose in the Mariners pen, so he'll get an inning tonight.
Back up this way. Blanco, Ackley, and Miller. Mariners here in the 8th. Three and 2 to Henry. Let's bat on it right to Chris Herman. $18,135 on hand to watch this first of 4 with the Twins. Felix will go tomorrow, and that out near the left field foul pole, Kings Court. Maybe they'll have an extra section tomorrow. A lot of gold in the ballpark. Good night for Ackley. RBI single, run scored in the 2nd, double in the 3rd, RBI double in the 5th. First time up, he singled on an 0-1 pitch. Worked the 3-2 count, a second at bat. His third at bat, went up there, first pitch swinging and doubled. Struck him out. Good pitch.
Did you ever feel that, Mike? That catcher, see how he's setting up early on the inside right there when you had 2 strikes? Did you ever fall for that? Because I know a lot of times, you know, these guys are so good at this level, they can put down a location, try to deke you by sliding in there. But when you're sitting in there that much, it's pretty hard to kind of reach out and get that outside part of the plate.
Yeah. There were some ballparks. I'm not sure it's the case anymore with all the new ballparks, but you go in some of the older ones, you could see the shadows.
Oh, yeah.
They would reach out in front of home plate, and you could get an idea of where he was sitting.
you could actually look down and see the shadows of what the pitch was, too.
Yeah.
That's the good thing about wearing Oakley sunglasses.
Nice testimonial there, my man.
Hey,
that worked out.
You got to improvise sometimes.
Amen. I hear you. What was the
when you hit 250, you got to do whatever you can do.
Do you remember when it was just like, wow, I could see that? Do you remember when that first happened?
I just remember one time I used to what I call the little Google eye. I kind of sit there and I kind of do my little deal, and then right at the end I bring the bat up and I'd be peeking out of that back eye. And I remember one time, I don't remember the name of he goes, hey, don't be doing that. You're getting that little lazy eye. I'm catching you. I'm like, oh, okay. You got me. I'm busted. I won't do it again.
I started to figure that out coming up to the minor leagues because the lights were so poor.
Yeah.
Once you got to the big leagues again, you couldn't do it in all the stadiums, but some of them it was apparent. When they squat down like that, you could see the shadow, and it would literally get out by the plate where you could see it.
We played in like the Clevelands before they changed that
Old
stadium.
Tiger Stadium.
Detroit, Milwaukee was really, you could pick it up there. We played in some dumps, there's no doubt about it.
Red Miller.
Oakland.
Yeah.
Miller with the second inning RBI double. 3-2 pitch. So you do that thing, we were talking about Swisher when he was here the other day and how he always looked at his bat. So that was the thing you were doing. You'd draw the bat back, sort of check where the label is, and maybe get it out of the corner of your eye.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to do whatever you got to do to give yourself an upper hand and get a little bit of an advantage, especially when a guy's shoving it to you. So.
Ground ball to Dozier. Throws up.
Good hustle.
Sure was. Miller is gone. To the ninth we go. Oliver Perez will take over. 8-0 Mariners. What a great offensive night for the Mariners. 8-0 lead in this opener against the Twins. Let's revisit our AT&T trivia question. Where did Crazy George first leave the stadium to perform? Of the Wave, I went with the Coliseum. Mike went with Husky Stadium. Jay went with Candlestick. Survey says Oakland Coliseum. Game 3, ALCS. Rob Weller led the first wave at Husky Stadium. 2 weeks later, Crazy George. I remember seeing Crazy George, I think, in a North American Soccer League.
How do they find out who the person is that started it? I mean, really, come on.
And that was Crazy George. That game was on national TV. I remember seeing him in the NASL. Oliver Perez. How about how this guy's remade himself?
It's impressive.
Told that Crazy George will be at the Earthquakes Timbers game coming up. So his link with soccer continues. And Saturday on Root Sports, we'll have it for you. I mean, I remember this guy. I remember this guy back in 70. What was that? 78. When Pele was playing in the NASL. 0-2 here. Switch hitter Aaron Hicks. Reached twice in a fielder's choice and a walk. All right, gave him a whole back treatment there. Strike 3 call. Perez. Gave him a full turn, showed him the name and number. Take a look at our money tree in time play. And it's Iwakuma. Look at his numbers against the Twins. No earnings. A whip of 1.13. That is outstanding. There's Pedro Florman, shortstop, batting out of the 9 hole. Two and 0. Two-0 pitch. Back with a strike, 3-1. Tricky hop. Ball really stung down there. Nick Franklin couldn't handle it. Get on base with incredible savings and freedom of riding Sound Transit. Plan your next trip. Visit soundtransit.org. Base hit for Florman. Ryan Dozier, top of the order. Ball and strike. Outside corner.
It's getting late, boys.
Yes, it is.
Swing the bat.
All right. Stick a fork in you, you're done. See you later. He's like, I'm taking it to the house. You better swing anything close.
That hasn't changed over the years, has it?
No. Especially on getaway day. We'll tell you right there.
Yeah.
Hey, it's going to be a quick one, boys. You better swing it. I like it. At least everybody knows. Everybody's on the same page, right? What the heck? You just hope you don't have 2 strikes when he decides to call that one about 6 inches outside. But
who was the first one to tell you that? I mean, as the first time you heard
I can remember a game in the Kingdom. Randy Johnson was pitching. I want to say it was David Cohn.
Right.
And Durwood Merrill.
That's what I was going to say.
Was behind the plate that day. And before the game started, he yelled at both benches, couple of Hall of Famers today, boys. You better swing the bats. And he wasn't kidding.
And he'd say it with that little that Texas draw, that Southern draw. He goes, "Hey boys, you better swing them because it's going to be a quick one." They called him the Naked Gun because he would just, I mean, he was into it. He would give you all sorts of animation and everything. He loved doing what he was doing.
Line drive coming in is Raul.
And he would bait. He was the one guy that always baited Lou. He would inevitably at some point would kick him out of the game just to watch Lou go crazy.
He knew every button to push.
Oh, he knew Lou. He wanted to see Lou throw a base. He loved it. Loved it.
So did I.
Who didn't, right?
Yeah.
Specifically, he dialed up. I want to see the base.
And he would let everybody. Oh, he loved it. And he would sit there and start laughing, and then that would just PO Lou even more. So, and then Lou would walk away and go, "He bait him. He got me again. He got me again. He did it again."
Chris Herman, runner goes. They get second on the difference.
You gotta love it.
Yeah, well, after I got to know him, and you get to do enough games with the umpires, we knew them all. And I can remember a pitch that was clearly off the plate away, and Derby calls it a strike, and I knew what his answer to me was going to be. So I asked him, I said, "Derby, that pitch is off the plate." He goes, "Hall of Fame pitch." I said, "I could go to the Hall of Fame if I could get that pitch." He just started busting up laughing. He knew it.
Good stuff.
Hirschbeck's another guy.
Yeah.
Better pick it up.
Big swing and a miss, 0-2.
I think he loves just to like make up deliveries while he's up there.
No doubt. No question
I'm
about
going to see how I can pause a little bit longer right here and Laredo even more. It's impressive. I'd blow out an ankle the way he's spinning around right there.
He may do one here. 0-2. That is. Oh. Seager was halfway to the dugout. Seager and Miller, they were on their way in for high fives.
I tell you what, the next one, anything close, you better be swinging.
Good inside baseball stuff, boys. That's great, man.
Oh,
that is really good. 1-2. There it is. They gave him a little Funkenstein there. Couldn't get it. 2-2.
Yeah, I think we were pretty fortunate playing in the era that we played in because I had a great rapport with all the umpires. I still do with JJ. I mean, he made a point, saw me last homestand when I did the game, to come in. He was walking by and gave me a big old hug, and my son was with me, Gunner, and he's like, "Dad, who is that?" And he goes, "Is that Jim Joyce?" And I go, "Yeah, nice job." He goes, "He just gave you a big hug like that?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "He's an umpire." I go, "I know, there's some good ones out there, son." I know a few, there's some good ones out there.
Payoff pitch from Perez to Herman. Line drive, long run, Raul not going to get it. There goes a shutout. Ackley will get it back in. RBI double for Chris Herman. His second double of the season, his 9th RBI. Scoring on the play was Flormont. Let's take a look at our Columbia Bank difference of the game. And Mike Zenino
being aggressive. He started to pick up some RBIs. Being more aggressive at the plate. It's working out for him. Had to lead the game early, but picked up a base hit right there in an RBI.
The Mariners hold on to win. It'll be the 3rd consecutive win he's had the game-winning RBI. Good for Mike Zenino. Doug Bernier.
That was all the way back in that 30-minute second inning. Wasn't it? That was quite a production right there. That was fun to watch. I enjoyed that. That spoiled me.
Boy, I hear you.
Like that. Fifi's probably sitting down there, save a few for me, boys, tomorrow.
They've done all right scoring runs for him.
Yeah,
what do you figure, Mike? The last 2 out of 3, 2 out of 4 outings for Felix. He's got some good runs.
Yeah, he has.
Well, there was a stretch of
years.
Of them,
they were early runs for. Yeah, there's been.
Man, he was amongst the leaders every year on the, no production whatsoever.
Painful to look at that list. 2-0.
I mean, he's got like a 9-6 record. Everybody's going, "What in the world? Why has he only got 9 wins?"
There's Perez.
Bare hand in it.
He's still upset. I think he felt he had a strikeout, and instead it turned into a double, and he's not happy about it. Run scores. I don't blame him.
2-1 pitch. 3-1.
Yeah, you got to settle back in though.
Ryan Doman on deck. Make that Butera, beg your pardon. Hit a long way down the line. And that is fair off the fence. It's an RBI double for Bernier. And it's an 8-2 ball game. Back-to-back RBI doubles.
Well, the worst part of all of this is trying to get Oliver an inning's worth of work. And he's thrown 26 pitches in this inning. He still has to get another out. So
I don't think he'd be coming in tomorrow. What do you think?
Carl Willis going to go out to the mound, have a conversation with him. Probably do exactly what you were talking about, Jay. Try to get him back into finishing up his business here.
Calm him down, right?
It never fails, though. You got an 8-0 lead, and it's like, really? 2 quick outs, and then you get squeezed a little bit, and then bam, bam. Now you're going, man, I was right there. It's the focus. Again, you got to finish.
Lucas Litke getting loose in the pen.
Perez goes strikeout looking, tough hop base hit. Line out to left, RBI double, RBI double.
Fickle game, isn't it?
Very.
You're right in the driver's seat, sitting in your rocking chair, and next thing you know, you got 2 runs on your ERA.
Drew Butera. Backup catcher, looking strike 1. Butera just called up again. He's had multiple stints with the ball club. Fly ball deep, center field, going back. Ackley, he's under it. That's your ball game. Mariners win it 8-2. Hopefully this is the start of another streak. Great offense early, and Iwakuma some sterling pitching. For the Mariners, even up the season series with Minnesota at 2-2. We'll be back. Start Mariners post game right after this. 8-2 Seattle.